That's just 8 gigabytes of RAM! It's nighttime on Halloween Eve, and Apple just announced that the new base model of the 14-inch MacBook Pro only comes with 8 gigabytes of RAM. That model came with 16 gigs last year. What's next? Steve Jobs rising from the dead? Fear not, there's actually a reason for that, and I don't actually think it's the spookiest announcement from the event. I have to find out what that is. What surprised me most was that for the first time, Apple launched 3 tiers of their new M3 chip at the same time. So not only did we get the M3, but we got the Pro and Max version too. Those usually came months later in previous generations. The big news with this release is that it's built on the state-of-the-art 3nm process. That's been the holy grail for chip makers, and it helps improve speed and efficiency. And from what I know, all of TSMC's 3nm capacity at the moment is going to Apple. While there are CPU improvements, it's in the GPU where Apple made the biggest leap. Like the A17 Pro chip launched on the iPhone 15 Pro, the M3s get hardware-accelerated ray tracing. There's also hardware-accelerated mesh shading too. These are features PC gamers have had access to on their discrete graphics cards for years now. While this isn't groundbreaking, it does demonstrate Apple's commitment to their own GPU architecture. And there's even something new. They claim they've made a breakthrough with managing memory thanks to dynamic caching. They didn't go into much detail about it, so I'm still a little confused.
Local memory gets dynamically allocated in hardware in real time.
Well, we're gonna have to wait until we have the chips in our hands before we can make any conclusions. Hopefully, though, it becomes something developers, like this video's sponsor WarThunder, can fully take advantage of. WarThunder is a free-to-play military vehicle game that emphasizes realistic damage. Fight with thousands of historically accurate light tanks, heavy tanks, tank destroyers, planes, ship fleets, and barges that let you engage with the game just how you want. WarThunder has been on the Mac for over a decade, but that's not all. Start playing for free on Mac, PC, or the console of your choice by clicking the link below and claiming your bonus pack. Those sounds. Memory hogs will be pleased to learn that the M3 Pro and Max chips come with more memory this time around. No longer is 128 gigabytes exclusive to the Ultra, though it's still exclusive to the upgraded Max chip, and the configs are a little wonky. Just look at how the memory options appear and disappear like phantoms in the office. There were a lot of comparisons to Intel Macs throughout the keynote, though it wasn't egregious, but it does sound like Apple wants Intel Mac users to move on so they can stop supporting them in software. You have been warned. As for the first Macs getting these chips, a big surprise to me was seeing the iMac in all its lovely colors on the list. Back in our Choose Your Dream Setup video, I remember struggling between the old M1 iMac and the MacBook Pro. I love the way the iMac looks, but the performance of the M2 Pro processor was way better. I made the wrong choice. Now, both computers meet in the middle, as either is available with the new base M3 chip. That's a long-awaited performance jump for the iMac, but it introduces a new lower performance tier on the MacBook Pro. At $1,600, Apple made a big deal about the MacBook Pro having a new lower price. But understand this is for the M3 model that replaces the old 13-inch Touch Bar MacBook Pro, which started at $1,300. You do get a bit more for your money. Base storage is 512 gigabytes. There's an HDMI port and SD card reader, plus the XDR display. But it's not quite the same as the M3 Pro. Oh God, I don't know how to talk about these. Okay, the M3 MacBook Pro has only 2 Thunderbolt 3 ports, unlike the M3 Pro MacBook Pro's 3 Thunderbolt 4 ports. And the M3 still only supports 1 external display. That's so scary. If you're willing to pay up for performance and ports on your MacBook Pro, Apple has a new color, Space Black, which would make it so hard to find in here right now. They made a big deal to say that they figured out how to make it fingerprint resistant, something this Midnight MacBook Air isn't. I think there are a lot of dark spirits in here that would love a black MacBook, but because I'm an angel, I gravitate towards silver, though I still need to see it in the flesh. But it seems way better than space gray. I finally found the sound! The iMac's peripherals still have a lightning port instead of USB-C. Thanks for staying into the dark hours of the night of this MAC address. If you're one of those who would get an M3 powered MacBook Pro, tell me about it in the comments, because I did a video where I thought the M2 Pro MacBook Pro was the most well-rounded Mac. Watch that video.